let's be upfront about this. Their head coach, Steve Kerr, is very political. The owner, Joe Lacob, is arrogant. Another owner pushed a player. They recruited Kevin Durant to a team that was already loaded. And they represent Silicon Valley, which, like Hollywood, tends to lean way left, and most sports fans don't. So the minute people can pile on the Warriors, they are not going to hesitate. And there's some piling on happening. Are we forgetting that Boogie, Clay, Looney, and KD, none of them are really healthy? And all of them have played hurt? Folks, pro athletes return early from injuries always. You're never 100% healthy. How many times have I seen Aaron Rodgers gimpy and limping around the field? We love that about Aaron Rodgers. He plays hurt. Tiger Woods kept entering tournaments for 5 years. His back was a mess. He had to withdraw. But we love the fight. Kirk Gibson's home run does not happen. The Dodgers. I can't believe what I just saw. That does not happen if an athlete doesn't push a physical envelope. Kurt Schilling in the bloody sock. MJ's flu game. T.O. Super Bowl with a broken leg. We have a game final. 7. Game final tonight. 7. Stanley Cup final game 7. Boston's best defenseman is playing with a broken face. Damn right he's playing. He's a hockey player. He needs to play, right? Many of the most dramatic sports moments ever. Injured players overcoming health, the flu, ligaments. Yet one, Kevin Durant backfires. Oh my God, this is outrageous. Folks, don't be an investor or an athlete if you're not willing to lose big. When any time a guy brags about, I've never lost money in an investment, you don't have much chutzpah. You're not really an investor. Rupert Murdoch's an investor. He's eaten it a couple times. And you're not really an athlete if you've never played hurt, because that means you're on teams that don't matter. If you're on teams that matter, Bama football, Clemson football, Patriot football, Philadelphia Eagle football, Warrior basketball, Rockets basketball, you play hurt. It's part of the deal. Steve Kerr was upset. Read a story this morning, disbelief. He could not believe he was told Kevin Durant could only tweak the injury. Well, the doctors were right. He didn't retweak the calf. It's a new injury, the Achilles. Nobody loves the poker player who plays it safe. They make movies about poker players who put all their chips in the middle of the table. The movies were called Dirty Harry, not Swell Harry. That's who we are. Sports is a go-for-it business. Some businesses you play safe. Accounting, got to get the numbers right. But KD playing hurt was a go-for-it moment. Don't like risk, be an accountant. Like risk, tolerate risk, be an athlete or an investor. We absolutely crushed Jay Cutler years ago in the 2010 NFC Championship because he wouldn't play hurt. We crushed him. We crushed LaDainian Tomlinson because he wouldn't play hurt. And yet we said, but Phillip Rivers is able to play with a ripped up shoulder. Stop being hypocrites. Stop being hypocrites. You put your arms around the broken down athlete that returns early, risks career-ending injuries, and plays. And now one backfires and you're freaking out. Hell, the whole Warrior roster's a mess physically. Should Boogie really be playing? Clay just popped a hammy. Should he really be playing? Kayvon Looney, whatever he's going through, good God, he looks like he's in pain. Should he really be playing? No is the answer to all of them. But when you're on teams that matter, you got to play through stuff. And you are rewarded for it financially. You are rewarded for it with your legacy. Just part of the business. Don't tell me you get goosebumps with Kirk Gibson's home run and then tell me you're outraged with Kevin Durant playing hurt. Can't have one without the other. So Adrian Wojnarowski, Woj, is a very good NBA reporter. This is one of those Colin Rights, Colin Wrong situations. His headline, Lakers need second star via trade. top free agents unlikely to join. Yeah. The Knicks and the Lakers are struggling to land free agents because they're both poorly run and both with this fake, false notion their logo matters. Lakers, you got to land Anthony Davis, and it's 8 days until the draft, and you have the number 4 pick. Use it now. That pick's not as valuable after the draft because you may draft a guy the Pelicans don't like. The Lakers and the Knicks right now, one's an utter disaster for 2 decades. The Knicks, one's been bad, about to be a disaster if they don't land AD. Both of their selling points to free agents are non-basketball. The Knicks are saying, hey, you'll play at the Garden. The Lakers are saying, it's sunny here, and we've won 17 titles, most a long time ago. But their rosters, owners, recent teams, records, front offices, not great. An agent's job is to protect his client. I have one. He's not going to send me into a team or a business with bad ownership. It's why I chose the Murdochs and Fox. They get broadcasting. My agent would never send me to a company with bad management. And the Lakers right now, it's a jigsaw puzzle of owners, former agents acting as GMs, Magic quit, the Rambus is involved. I'm told nobody likes Rob Pelinka. I can't confirm it, but he's Kobe's friend. It's a jigsaw puzzle. And the Lakers are in jeopardy of becoming the Knicks if they don't land Anthony Davis. LeBron's going to be a year older. Lonzo and Brandon Ingram talented but can't stay healthy. Next year's free agent class, not as spectacular. And it's actually all lining up to get Anthony Davis. Here's the moment, Lakers. You got about 5 days, 6, 7 maybe. Make a deal. LeBron's agent is Anthony Davis's agent. That's perfect. LeBron's former GM is the Pelicans GM. So this is a friendly deal. Anthony Davis chose the Lakers initially and says they're one of 2 teams he'll play for now. The Lakers actually they've drafted fairly well. They haven't had a bust. They've got the most tradable assets, far more than the Knicks or Brooklyn. This is the moment. Okay, if the Lakers don't land AD, this franchise is going to be in a free fall for a long time. This is the New York Giants passing on Sam Darnold. You end up the following year reaching on quarterbacks, overpaying for people, being in utter disarray, and being mocked even by your local, forget the national media. Like Woj just saying, free agents are not choosing the Lakers. This is something we have been on all since the trading deadline. I keep saying this. Yes, this is not where an agent has a responsibility to send his client to a well-run organization. That doesn't mean my agent would send me to a perfect company. My agent sent me to a Fox Sports 1, which was a fledgling network, but it was owned by the Murdochs, who had a history of Fox News, Fox Business Channel, the NFL, The Simpsons, 20th Century, the movies. You know, they had a history of working and winning and being successful. Wall Street Journal, right? FS1 was young. It was fledgling. It wasn't complete. It's still building. But the agents don't send players to James Dolan and the current Laker front office. They just don't. That's really, frankly, how an agent gets fired. That a client ends up and goes, God, it's worse than I thought, and I thought it was bad. So you got to make a trade on this. It's right in front of you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.